Good morning, everyone. My name is Amit Kumar Singh, and welcome to my first class on physics. And in this class, I'll discuss the numerical portion for the chapter number one, which is physical quantities and measurement. So, before we start numericals, let's discuss a few concepts on theory. Like most prominently, as a student of physics, students normally get confused between the two terms. One is the mass and other one is weight. Okay, so both more or less in day-to-day life we use both as synonyms of each other, but in the language of physics they means different. So when I talk about mass, what is basically a mass? So mass is the quantity of matter which is contained in a body regardless of its volume or the force acting on it. Okay, and the unit of mass is kg. Okay, so you can talk in the term of kg or gram. Fine. So if I go further and talk about weight, weight is basically the force. So when I talk about weight, so we normally think weight and for weight and mass both mean same thing, but weight is the force which everybody is acting on each other, and weight is basically the force by which the earth attracts any body through its gravitational attraction. So you know that there's a force of gravity, and because of that force of gravity, the force or the gravitational attraction through which the Earth's attract any object towards its center called as the weight. Okay, so if I talk about weight, so the unit of weight is basically Newton or dyne. Okay, SI or CGS unit. Now talking further, as I already mentioned, that the SI unit of mass is kg, and higher unit of mass you can use as a quintal or you can use as a metric ton. Similarly, when you talk about weight, already I mentioned that the SI unit of weight is Newton or dyne, CGS unit. Okay, so then you need to know that when you talk about the weight, weight is the force by which the earth attracts any object. So basically, when we talk about weight, if you go to different planets, like if you go to Jupiter or if you go to Mars, your mass will remain the same, but your weight will change depending upon the gravitational force of that planet. Okay, so that you keep in your mind. Weight is zero at the center of the earth. Remember this point. Then going further, if I talk about density, so density is basically mass per unit volume of a substance that we called as a density of the body. While the when I talk about density, the SI unit of density is kg per meter cube, while CGS unit is gram per centimeter cube, where you should know that 1 gram per centimeter cube, that is equal to 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, so you can remember this with you. Okay, then you can remember the same thing. Then you can remember the same thing. Uh, so so here the whatever I said, the same thing is written, that the density in SI unit, which is kg per meter cube, is 1000 times of the numerical value in CGS unit. The same thing what I wrote it here. Okay. Then when you talk going further, when you talk about density of liquid and gases, they decreases or increases with the rise or the fall of in temperature. Okay. Then you need to remember that when you talk about density, density is also dependent upon the temperature. So probably if you increase the temperature, the density of the liquid and gas will decrease. While if you decrease the temperature, the density will increase. Okay. Then the next point what you need to remember is that the cycle of upward and the downward movement of the fluid form currents in the medium, which is known as conventional current. So we'll talk about convention, radiation, and conduction. That is a medium through which the heat flows. And normally, when we talk about convention normally works in liquid. And whenever we talk about the flow of heat in the form of or in the form of convention, it is the intermolecular flow of heat, where the heat is transferred from the one molecule to another, and that automatically, as I mentioned, that when you increase the temperature, and because of when you give temperature, when you give heat, so temperature is nothing but it is a degree of hotness or coldness of an object. So when you give a temperature to the body, so what happens with the rise in temperature, the density decreases of liquid or gas. So they will go up from, if imagine you're giving the heat from the bottom end of the given substance, then because of the increase in temperature, the density decreases and they try to go up. And when they go up, the vacuum is being created and that space is being taken by the other molecule, which density is more, and they will go down, they will come down, and again once they will get heated, they will go up. So this interflow of molecule from the higher denser region to the lower denser region, and from the lower denser region to higher denser region, it flows, it creates somewhat like a current. And so that current is called as conventional current. We'll talk about that when we'll study this chapter called conduction, convention, and radiation. Now, right now, our intention is to focus on numerical portions. So, for the first chapter, I believe everyone knows the formula of volume. So, volume is nothing but when you talk about volume, volume is the space which is occupied by an object, that is basically called as volume. And here, imagine if I'm talking about cuboid, so the volume formula is length into breadth into height. So when you talk about cuboid, so when I talk about a cuboid, so this cuboid is a three-dimensional rectangle. When you say cuboid, cuboid is a three-dimensional rectangle. So when you talk about a cuboid as a three-dimensional rectangle, so you have breadth, and you have height. So if they are unequal, then it is a cuboid. While if they are equal, then if they are equal, then it is a cube. So when you talk about a cuboid, so the volume of a cuboid is length into breadth into height. So you see this question here, the length is 5 meter, the breadth is 2.5 meter, and the height is 1.25 meter. So what is the volume? So capacity means they're actually asking you the volume. So the volume would be nothing but you can multiply 5 into 2.5 into 1.25. Meter into meter, all are in meters. So you will get their volume. So the volume you will get in meter cube. So that would be the volume. So here, if you want to find the volume, so basically you can find the volume by the formula. So here what you need to do, so if you solve this, so 2.5 I can write as 5 by 2, and 1.25 I can write as 5 by 4. So this is 125 by 8. So 125 by 8 is what? 125 by 8. If I solve, this is 1 za, then 45. 45 means 5 za, then 50. 50 means 6 za, then 20. 20 means 2 za 5. So 15.625 meter cube. So this is the volume. This is the volume or the capacity what you will get in meter cube. Then talking about liter. So if you want the same thing in liter, you should know that when you talk about liter, so you should know that 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. So you should know this relation. So the same volume, if you want in liter, so the same volume 15.625 meter cube, if you want in liter, so you multiply this with 1000, so that you will get the answer called 15625 liter. So this is your answer in liter. Fine. So simple calculation. Fine. So we'll do the next numerical. You remember these things, like when you say 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. Then remember 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So remember 1 milliliter is equal to 1 centimeter cube. Okay. Then next question you can remember. So for the next question you can remember, this is the question. If I solve this, so if I solve this next question, a solid silver piece is immersed in water contained in a measuring cylinder. The level of the water rise from 50 milliliter. The level of the water rise from 50 milliliter to 62 milliliter. What is the volume of the silver piece? So you need to understand when you talk about volume you can write in liter or milliliter, where 1 milliliter is equal to 1 centimeter cube. So you understand one thing, that you know the Archimedes principle. So you know that the Archimedes principle, and what Archimedes principle basically talks about. It talks about that in a liquid, if you put in a liquid beaker, or any medium which have liquid contained in that. Okay, so now in that liquid, if you put you try to put anything solid into that. So when you are trying to put anything solid into that, so because there would be change when you try to put solid into that liquid. So when you drop that solid into the liquid, there would be a change in the height of the liquid which is contained in the beaker. That change, what is happening, because you're dropping the solid. Okay, if you drop a solid in a beaker, which is containing a liquid, so the moment you drop that solid into the beaker, automatically you will see there is an increase in the height of that liquid. So that increase in the height, what is happening? So that is happening because of the volume which is being inserted into that. Okay, so basically here, if I want to know the volume of the silver piece, so what is being put into that? So if I want to know the volume of the silver piece, what I'm putting into that, that volume is all because of the level of the increase in the water. Okay, so that you can calculate mathematically, that once you reach the class 10th level, so that you can calculate with a formula, that pi r square h2 minus pi r square h1, where pi r square h is the volume of cylinder. So here all that complication you don't have to do, because you are in class 7th standard. So here you that part is given very clearly to you, that the volume has increased from 50 milliliter to 62 milliliter. So what is the volume of silver piece? That is nothing but that is the increase in the volume of that is nothing but increase in the volume of liquid. So that is nothing but that is the increase in the volume of liquid. So what is the increase in the volume of liquid? From 50 milliliter it becomes 62 milliliter. So the increase in the volume of liquid, so that is 12 milliliter. That is the volume of the silver piece, or you can write as 12 centimeter cube. So you write anything, both is your answer. Okay, so you need to understand this part. Yeah, fine. So let's discuss the next question. So this is 12 centimeter cube. Okay. So let's discuss the next question. Now we'll do the question number third. So question number third is very easy. They're asking you the volume of the liquid present in the disk. So the dimension is given. So you want the volume. So volume is, you know the formula, length into breadth into height. So the dimension is given. This is length, this is breadth, this is height. So that is 10 into 5. So that is 500 centimeter cube, or you can say is 500 milliliter. Okay. If they want in liter, we can do that. Okay, we'll divide it by 1000. So we'll get 0.5 liter. Okay, fine. So you can do all that calculation. So then next question is, you know rectangle. What is the area of rectangle? So then what is the area of rectangle formula? Area of rectangle formula is length into breadth. So this is 60. Length is 60 and breadth is 35. So 35 sixa. So 35 sixa is 30. 18 210. So this is 2100 meters square. Okay. So 35 sixa is 30. 18 plus 321. You will get the answer called 2100 meter square. Okay, so the unit of area is square, unit per meter square. And everyone knows the formula of rectangles, rectangle and square. So where the length and breadth will become equal, then we call that as a square. Where the length and breadth are unequal, so that we called as a rectangle. Okay, so then going further, see the next question. So this is the question. Here you need to find the approximate area. You need to find the approximate area of irregular lamina of which the boundary line is drawn by using the graph paper. So you can see this is figure 1.16. Imagine this is a figure 1.16. This is the figure 1.16. So you need this area. So I'll count the squares. So you can see this is one, this is one, this is one. So this is square, and if you understand, it's like a chessboard. So if you understand the area, so the area would be 1 centimeter square. Okay, so everything is a square of unit area 1 centimeter square. So I'll first count the complete square. So this is one. So 1, 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, one minute. So then 8, then 9, then this I can count 9, 10, then 11, then 12, then 13, then 14, then 15, okay, then 15. This also little bit I can count 16, then 17, then 18. So 18 I can count. Now you can see 18. So 18 is there. Then you can see this. This you can see this. This is like this, and you can this. So 18. Then incomplete. If I say they are like half. So how much they contain? So you can say 19 and a half, somewhat like that. So if I count them, so this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 I counted, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 I counted. Okay. 17 I counted. Then then you can see its boundary. Then you can see its boundary. So you can see its boundary. So 17 done. So if I take this half, if I take this half, 17, if I take this this half, so 17 and a half, this half, 17 and a half, this is 18, half and half, 18, then 18, then you can take half and half, this 19, it become 19, and then you can say this is 19, somewhat 3/4, somewhat so approximately 19 3/4, you can say 20 if you count them. Approximately 20 are there. Approximately 20 are there. So if I talk about what is approximate area, so you know that one square is 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter square. So there are total approximately 20 squares are there approximately. So counting, so it become, so the area become 20 centimeters square. Okay. Then going further, a piece of brass of volume 30 centimeter cube has a mass 252 gram. Find the density. So if you talk about density, you know the formula, density formula. Mass per volume is density. When I say density, so density formula is mass by volume. So mass is 252 gram, and this is 30. So this is gram per centimeter cube. That is your density. So this is 8 8.4 gram per centimeter cube. That is density. Now you know that 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 1000 kg per meter cube. So 8.4 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 8400 kg per meter cube. Okay. So then next thing the next thing, mass of the iron ball is 312 gram, density is 7.8 gram. Find the volume. So you know that density is equal to mass by volume. So the volume is equal to mass by density. Mass is 312 and density is 7.8 gram per centimeter cube. So you got that volume as centimeter cube. So I can write as 3120 by 78 centimeter cube. So 78 forza is 312. So the answer is 40 centimeter cube. So let me check. 78 forza 32 312. So you can next question. Here you see the volume and you see the density. What is the mass? So you know the density formula, mass by volume. So I can say mass is equal to density into volume. So mass is equal to density is 0.25 a gram per centimeter cube. And density is gram per centimeter cube and the volume is 25. 25 5 is 625. So you'll get 6.25 gram. This is the gram. So centimeter cube into 0.25. So mass is equal to density into volume. Mass is equal to density into volume. So you will get 6.25 gram. Okay. Then here 5 liter is given. So the volume is 5 liter. So when you say volume is equal to 5 liter, so I believe everyone remember 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. Okay. So this I can write as 5 by 1000 a meter cube. This is the volume. Okay, and the mass is given to you 5 kg. Okay, so density is what? Density is mass by volume. So mass is 5 kg and volume is 5 by 1000. So the density, so you got the density. How much you got the density? You got the density as 1000. You got the density as 1000 kg by meter cube. So you got the density as 1000 kg by meter cube. But they don't want the density in kg per meter cube. They want the density in gram per centimeter cube. So 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 1000 1 gram per in order to convert in order if you want to convert this so if you want to convert this so so you know that you'll multiply this so you know that you'll here I already have written that here I already have written that 1 gram. Here already have written that 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 1000 kg by meter cube. So you know that part. You know that part very well. So here 1 gram per centimeter cube. So here if you convert find the density in it. So 1000 kg per meter cube. If you convert in gram per centimeter cube, you will get as 1 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, so you know that you know the relationship, you know the relationship, you know the relationship that whenever we say whenever we talk about their conversion, So whenever we talk about the conversion, so 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 1000 kg by meter cube. So 1000 kg meter cube is equal to 1 gram centimeter cube. That part you can easily understand. That part you can easily understand. Other way of doing this is that the mass is given to you 5 kg. Other way, the mass is given to you 5 kg. 5 kg I can write as 5000 gram. 1 kg, everyone knows 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. So you know that. Next thing, volume is given to you 5 liter. Okay, so you know that 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So I can write 5 liter is equal to 5000 centimeter cube. Okay, so the density would be 5000 gram by 5000 centimeter cube. So your density would be 1 gram per centimeter cube. Fine. Then going further, a cubical tank of side 1 meter is filled with 8 kg of liquid. So everyone understand what is cube. So cube is a cuboid where length, breadth and height all are equal. So everything is 1, 1, 1. So what is the volume of cube? So the volume of a cube is equal to side cube. So the volume of the cube is equal to side cube. So 1 meter cube. So the volume of the cube is 1 meter cube and its mass is equal to 800 kg. So its density would be mass by volume. So that would be 800 kg per meter cube. Then question number 11. A block of iron has a dimension 2 into 0.5 into 0.25 meter. The density is given. Find the volume. So this with this you can find the volume. So what is the volume? Length into breadth into height. So 2 into 0.5 I can write as 1 by 2. 0.25 I can write as 1 by 4. Okay, so its volume, when I talk about its volume, so what is volume? So the volume is, everything is in meter, so the volume is 1 by 4 meter cube. Okay, and density is given in gram per centimeter square. So density is given as 7.8 gram, 7.8 gram per centimeter cube square cube. So you know that one. So so you know that 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 1000 kg by meter cube. So 7.8 gram per centimeter cube will be 7800 kg by meter cube. So the mass, what is the formula? Density is equal to mass by volume. So the mass is equal to density into volume. So the mass is equal to density is 1 by, density is 7800 and volume is 1 by 4. This is 38 nines are 1950 kg. So the mass is 1950 kg. That is 7800 divided by 4. 38 nines are 25. So 20. So 36 to 20, 1950 kg. Okay, so if you see this question number 12, so the mass is mass of the lead is 115 gram. When it is immersed in a measuring cylinder, the water level rises from 20 ml to 30 ml. This is its volume. So the volume is the increase in the level. So that increase in the level is 10 milliliter. This is the volume. The mass is given to you is 115 gram. Okay, so what is the volume? Volume is 10 milliliter or 10 centimeter cube. Density is mass by volume. Mass is 115 and the volume is 10. So you can say 111.5 gram per centimeter cube, but they want in kg per meter cube. Okay, everyone knows that 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 1000 kg by meter cube. So 11.5 into 1000, if you will do, you will get 11500 kg by meter cube. So you know that already I mentioned that 1 gram per meter cube is equal to 1000 kg by meter cube. So here it is written 8.9 gram per meter cube. So density would be 8.9 into 1000. So that is 8900 kg by meter cube. Okay. So then you can see question number 14. So you can see a car travel. So you know the formula speed. Speed is distance by time. So the distance is 15 kilometer and that time is 20 minutes. So minute you can write in hour. So this is 45 kilometer per hour. Okay. So everyone knows that to convert the kilometer into meter per second, you multiply it with 5 by 18. So 45 kilometer per hour multiplied with 5 by 18. So you'll get 5 by 2. So you'll get 25 by 2 meter per second or 12.5 meter per second. Then next question, question number 15. So they're asking you the time, distance is given and speed is given. So time is formula is distance by speed. Distance is 200 kilometer. Time is 60. So they're asking you the time. So the time would be 10 by 3 hour. So this is 10 by 3 hour. 10 by 3 hour means 10 by 3 hour means 3 1 by 3 hour. 3 1 by 3 hour means 3 hour and 1 by 3 means 20 minute. So 1 by 3 means 20 minute. So you can convert that into minute. So 1 hour means 60 minute. So 60 divided by 3. So 3 hour 20 minute or total you will get as 200 minute. Okay. Or you will get total as 200 minute. So a boy travel with a speed of 10 meter per second for 30 minutes. How much distance does it cover? How much distance does it travel? So you know the speed. Speed is given, time is given. So they're asking you the distance. So distance is 10 meter per second into. So if you want the distance in kilometer, so you'll multiply this with 18 by 5 to get in kilometer per hour. And then 30 minute I can write 30 minute means half hour, and everyone understand basic maths. So 30 minute, if you convert the 30 minute in hour, so 1 hour means 60 minutes. So 30 minute means half hour. So you multiply this 1 by 2. So you'll get as 9 by 5, 9 by 5 kilometer. Okay, so you'll get the distance. So the distance you get as 9 by 5. So 9 by 5 kilometer. 1 minute, 1 minute. So this, you know that this and this will get cancelled. So the distance would be 18 kilometers, not 9 by 5. So 5 and 5 to is 10. So you got the distance as 18 kilometers. So distance is equal to speed into time. If you wanted, you can do this problem. So see whatever is easier for you, try to solve a question like that way. Whatever you feel that become easier for you. So if you could solve this question in meters also. So 10 meter per second. This is the speed and time is given 30 minute. Convert the minute into second. So you got the distance as 18, then 000, 18 and then 30. So you get in meter. So you can write this as 18 kilometers. So you know that how to convert the kilometer per hour into meter per second. So 36 kilometer per hour into, to convert this into meter per second, you multiply this with 5 by 18. So you get 10 meter per second. To convert the kilometer per hour into meter per second, multiply it with 5 by 18. Now to convert the meter per second into kilometer per hour, multiply this with 18 by 5. So this you'll get as 54 kilometer per hour. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about the numerical of next portion, that is motion. Okay. So that we'll do in the next class. Thank you everyone. So please don't, if you like the session, please click on the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, so please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget that. Thank you everyone. See you for the next class where we discuss the numerical for motion. Thank you.